Slide. This is Slide.
Okay, pull it up.
Ow!
Children.
Yo, he's ready to keep the secret in here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he saw his daddy get thrown to the floor. He was like, oh shit.
He's like, you got it? I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
That's funny, yeah. That was funny.
Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Proverbs. This is one of my favorite scriptures. Proverbs 22:3. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." When you look up that word, prudent, it's the Hebrew word. It's the Hebrew word irawam, which means having or showing careful good judgment. And that's talking about basically, somebody that would hear the word and do it. That's talking about somebody that would seek the Most High, fear the Most High, and keep his commandments.
Yeah, kind. Hey, actually, say that one more time. Read that again, the definition of the word prudent there.
Yeah, it says, it comes from the Hebrew word irawam. It says having or showing careful good judgment.
Having or showing careful good judgment. Okay, there's a reason I wanted you to read that again. You see what I'm saying? You got these females out here that's walking around with what used to be clothes.
Yeah, like I was thinking about that shit today. It's like, I mean, for a woman to wear leggings, that's like us, right? We wear long johns like under our clothes as underwear.
Thank
you're
you.
walking around with the woman, and you can see your body and all that stuff. Even when a man wears thermals, they wear pants or something over top of it. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're underwear. They're meant to keep you warm. You understand what I'm trying to show you? Like the comfy butt. See what I'm trying to show you? But
I mean, I could see like if they're doing like yoga inside their house, like in their living room on a mat or something like that, where nobody can see them. But you know what I mean, you walk outside and go, you know what I mean, go out in public with your men. So it's just like that's crazy.
And look at how tight the clothes be on them. Like you can. They might as well not be wearing any clothes at all. All you see is shape. All you see is curves. You see what I'm trying to show you? And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, now hold on. How much sense did that even make? Shirts. How much sense did that make for you to, as a woman, to be walking outside looking like somebody's bedroom fantasy or some nonsense like that? That makes, and then you with your man on top of it, like the brother just got done saying. Where is the judgment in that? Where is the judgment in? I'm trying to figure that out. But then, oh my goodness, you got people that catch a whole attitude now when you hear stories about how these women be out late at night and they get raped or some dumb shit like that. Ignorance. Where was the common sense there? Where was the, you know what I'm saying? And society defends this bullshit. That's the part of it that's crazy.
It said, "For a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." And where it says simple, is the Hebrew word hafyah, which means lacking in knowledge.
Lacking in knowledge. You got dudes out here that's so stupid, right? Okay, you just got out of jail you just did time for a murder, okay? But then you bragging about another murder that you did. Somebody that snitched on you now, so you got to go back to jail again to serve another term for another fucking murder. Well, you could have just shut the hell up and been on with your life. Really? That's how stupid people, man. That's how dumb niggas are, yo. You a dry snitch on yourself. And that joint could have been like 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like a long ass time ago. There is no prudence in that, man. None. Read that again.
Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So, just like how a prudent man foreseeth the evil. Like we got the signs out here talking about this, people be like, oh yeah, people be like, oh yeah, I know about this or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But they will be getting themselves, mentally prepared and ready and know what's going on. So the Lord, in that day, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, he'll put his wings on him to cover him up from all this stuff that's gonna happen, like it says in Proverbs, Psalms 91. But if you're simple and you just pass on and you're not thinking about it, you know what I'm saying, you scoff like the dude that was up here earlier talking about whatever he said, you guys are whatever.
Yeah, you guys, y'all tripping, all y'all.
Yeah.
This dude sound like I hate saying this, but they sound like jilted housewives. You know what I'm saying? Like they man done cheated on them or some shit like that, so they bitter about that shit. That's how they feel.
Yeah, like, you could have just kept that comment to yourself.
Just okay, kept it in the back of your mind. Haven't your mom ever taught you if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all?
I mean, to me, that's like a female attribute to always want to have like the last word and all that stuff. Like, you even have to.
Okay, look at what happened to fucking what's his name? What was that dude's name? Something Harris.
Robin Harris?
Huh?
Oh, never mind.
No, you know what I'm talking about. The one that was scoffing alongside of
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Mike Epps.
I mean, it's not even important. I don't even.
No, but he's yeah, exactly. Ricky Harris, sloppy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That right there is a clear indicator that you should not be doing ignorant shit like that. The Most High smote him.
You niggas got costumes. I mean, I don't want to say costumes, but they put on Israelite garments. Had somebody holding the camera, went out and just like we'll make you just do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And it was straight making fun of, the scriptures, making fun of the men of the Lord, and the Most High literally took Ricky Harris clean out, smacked him clean out of the earth, and Mike Epps was looking stupid. Better yet, Mike Epps was shook. All of a sudden, he wanted to have some kind of sense now. But where was the prudence in that? Where was the prudence in him going out there, wanting to call himself scoff against the word, scoff against the brethren teaching the truth?
Yeah, I bet you, like, if he had like a show like Dave Chappelle show or something, he would have did a whole skit about that.
Oh, okay. It really would have been it, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not even. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say he's not even big like that.
I know it's all like
Exactly.
He had to get like a YouTube video.
No, I'm talking about the
hip-hop video. So it says, by humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. So it says by humility. So that's, you know what I'm saying, that's the attribute that you gotta have is being humble. It said by humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life.
Riches, honor, and life.
Does this say Jesus is the devil? Oh, that says this is the devil.
So it says, by humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life.
Okay, 15 seconds of fame is up. Continue that.
Yeah, that was an example, yo. We just didn't even say it. I mean,
you're right.
Like 8 to 9, for his pleasure. I just slid it over, so it's like.
Exactly. Yeah, that's about it. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to read? All right, here you go. Fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? There wasn't shit else to say at that point. You don't talk about stocks to a child. See what I'm saying? Continue that out.
So, matter of fact, let me get this. It's Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from you.
Dude. And that because why that child, more than likely, he's chosen. Okay? He's not going to depart from it. Alright? And by being that, and really and truly, as children, we're examples of that. Our parents were the elders and apostles, and they basically taught us in the way that we should go. Alright? So when we came in this word, when we came into this truth, guess what? Alright? We're not going to stray. Lord willing that the Lord keep that spirit on us, we're not going to stray from this, right? Because the instruction of our parents is firmly solidified in our hearts. Okay?
It said the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
Right. Yeah. The borrower is servant to the lender. Yeah. And these are right now. These are the lenders. Okay. Right now, these wicked elite right here, they are the what? They are the lenders right here, right now. Okay. They're the lenders. They're the one right now that is basically in charge of the economy. Federal, you know what I'm saying? Through the Federal Reserve. All right. What's a very famous quote? It was a very famous quote by one of the Rockefellers. They said, "Give me a people's money, and I care not who makes their laws." All right. So, like the scriptures say, the borrower is subject to the lenders. These are the lenders. Okay.
You don't have to. You have the app. Download the app. You can pay by phone. You ain't got to
and evil basically.
So Proverbs chapter 22, verse 17. It says, "Bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge."
Read that again out.
It said, "Bow down thine ear and heart." Bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge.
And apply thine heart, love, mind, everything. Slap. Apply thy heart. Read that one more time.
It said, "Bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge."
And apply, basically meditate on this word. That's what it's saying. Okay? And only the prudent man is going to do that. Alright? Listen to the wise man. Hear what the wise man has to say. Okay? So that thou may live. The prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Alright? We read that already. The brother read that in Proverbs already. The prudent man foreseeth the danger and hideth himself. Okay? He knows what's happening out here. He knows what's going to come next. He done read the pattern already. Alright? So incline thy ear unto that wise man. Notice the child stop crying. Read that in Proverbs again. Read that again in Proverbs, man.
It says, you talking about training the child?
No. The prudent man.
Oh yeah. So this Proverbs 22 and 3, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished."
Like these people on this bus right here. You know what I'm saying? Simple people. They're on a tour of degradation. They're on a tour of degradation, basically. And like you just outlined, the people that was at this kiosk that couldn't understand how it worked, even though the mother cut in directions.
3 people standing there, adults and shit.
Grown ass adults. And
Insert number 1, insert P, press green for purpose. You know what I mean? It's so hard about
I didn't understand what you were saying when she was bent over. I didn't even understand what you were saying.
I wish I had a brick. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say that. It's sloppy. Like, man. Okay, yeah. Hey, and then what's worse, it was supposed to be a man among them. I can understand the woman not understanding all like that, but the man of all things? Really? Really? He's supposed to be the one with the brain here.
Yo, he pulls out like $1. He's like, yo, why you smack
Why
her?
you snatch it? What? Yo, man, our people are totally twisted. Destroyed. Go ahead, bro, whatever you got.
It says,
Wow. I mean, I'm just being honest. What is so great about this place that they had to take these motherfuckers on a tour? You got polluted fucking streets. What's this, Bill? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got fucking half the stores in this bitch are shut down and out of business. What is there to look at? You got folly on this side and folly on that side. You know what I mean? Well, what is so great that you need to have a tour of this dusty ass city? For that matter, all these other dusty ass cities, man, in America. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'll never understand this, the logic of the world. That's why the scriptures say folly is set in great dignity. Folly is set in great dignity. I will never understand why shit like this is cool to have on the front of a fucking building. Like, I will never understand. Huh? No, the place next to it. Why the fuck? Wow, I don't know why shit like this is appropriate. But a man gets shamed for having a natural fucking attraction to a female.
Oh, you talking about when he was with the girls and stuff? Why you looking at me?
I'm sitting here saying to myself, yo, this has got to be by far the worst disgrace of
I'm like,
being.
like it was they was reacting as if it was dudes like checking out another dude.
Yeah.
Like looking at me, shit, like.
Yo, I swear, yo, my people are the worst, man. You can go ahead and bring this. My people are the worst.
It's Proverbs chapter 23, verse 9. It says, "Speak not in the ears of a fool, or he will despise the wisdom of thy words."
And that's true. Hey, but that's actually true. Speak not in the ears of a fool, but they shall despise thy wisdom, man. Hey, listen, bro. I know you just got paid or whatever the case is, yo, but you see them Jordans? I know you've been eyeing them Jones for a little bit, but chill. Save your bread. You know you got your rent due next. Nigga, who the fuck you talking to, dog? I spend my money on what I want to. Read that again, please.
It said, "Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words."
Hey, man, you know this guy's your enemy, right? This guy, he's an Edomite right here. He's looking at you right now, getting ready to stab you in the back. No, you're not gonna be talking about my friend like that, dog. Hey, bro, how you a Hebrew Israelite but you a detective? You see what I'm trying to explain to you here? But then we'll catch an attitude at that. You know what I mean? It's wise counsel. Why do you call yourself having any type of real inheritance in this kingdom, but you claim to be against this kingdom? How does it work?
Yeah, so you gotta take oaths and swear and all that stuff.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
and
Being in fraternal order, police, and all that shit. Like,
they'll go to college being whole fucking fraternities and shit, and then come out talking about some, yo, I'm so woke, I know so much. You don't know shit. You see what I'm saying? And then they'll think they're giving somebody some type of wisdom and they endowing them with some kind of knowledge. No, you're not. All you're doing is being exactly the dumbasses that you are trained to be. Like, oh my goodness, the woman will always be the perfect example of that. Perfect example. You're set up to be an agent of destabilization. Okay? You had a Russian spy that coined this description for you. You're useful idiots. You're good for the destabilization of the people that the elites want to conquer. That's what you are. But you can't perceive that. Read that one more time.
it's Proverbs 23 and 9. "Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words."
He will despise the wisdom of thy words. That's why the scriptures say, cast not pearls unto swine, man. Cast not pearls unto swine. What's that swine going to do to them pearls? He's gonna trample them underfoot and then turn and render dude. That's and you see this every single day. You see this all the time. The intelligent man is the one that's getting his ass handed to him. But then after everything the intelligent man said was gonna happen, you're looking at Bull like, damn man, I mean, my bad. I ain't mean to do you like that. No, you didn't want to hear what he had to say the first time. So now, what? So you sorry now? No. You got it.
It says, Proverbs 22, so like 23 and 12. It says, apply thine heart unto instruction, and thine ear to the words of knowledge.
Apply thy heart unto instruction, and thine ear unto what?
Unto knowledge.
Unto knowledge. Okay? Unto knowledge. Unto things that foster life. That which is within thee. Okay? You got something to add, I'll give you?
Huh?
You got something to add? Or did you want to continue?
But I said apply to unto.
Yeah,
Yeah, so basically, you're supposed to apply, you said the word heart part is vibe, which means mind. See, that's what you're supposed to set yourself to is to try and learn the word. You know what I'm saying? Because, you got a lot of people that know that they're Israelites, but like the scriptures say, the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers is few. Laborers are few, so, you you got to make it your job to try and, I mean, me personally, I wasn't the person, I was very, I guess you could say, I'm just keeping it 100. I was real timid, introverted, stayed to myself. It took a while for me to be able to come out here and just get used to, it being nothing. Like, yo, I remember when I first came out to the Center City, the Plain Tables camp, yo, I'd be so nervous. I had like anxiety. I couldn't sleep the night before. I'd be up like all night. Now it's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could have stress and be, have like, less than $10 to my name or something and bills and all this, and I still, it's not really as bad as it was.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm used to being in front of people. Like me personally, I'm used to performing. I was an actor growing up. I was a singer growing up. Everything was about basically being the next big entertainer for me. You see what I'm saying? So now that I'm in the truth, now that I done come to find out and understand what it really means for me to be, you know what I'm saying, an actor, an entertainer, and then to find out that I'm above all that, man, coming out here to push this word, you can say I was a little bit like my father. I was outraged. You see what I'm saying? I was eager to speak because of the simple fact that I've been lied to. I feel like, damn, you mean to tell me all this time I aspired to being somebody that pretends to be somebody else and impersonate somebody else and to make people feel good with melodious tools just to find out that when it's all said and done, I'm above this shit? It's angry. Like, all I could feel was rage. But at the same time, the only thing that kept me sane and planted, right? The only thing that kept me sane enough to not want to go out here and do dumb shit is the simple fact that I had to consider within myself that I was going off. Okay? I was going off. I was serving a different power. I was doing things that was outside of the scriptures. Okay? I was ignorant and willfully so. All right? So that was one of the core things I had to think about before I truly went off the deep end and started cursing this guy and cursing this guy. And I'm talking about brothers, all right? I'm talking about some, hey, I want to teach about myself.
Sure, I got something. Sure. It says, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Like you say, like our children in the world or whatever, that's part of, helping develop them or whatever, because you got to give them like guidance or whatever. Like in this society, they got laws out now where it's like, the scripture is plainly straight up telling you to like it's okay, that's a way to discipline your child. But in this society, they call it like DHS on you or whatever. But I was saying about this situation where my like ex-wife or whatever, her son went into the dollar store with his little friends, and one of them like stole or whatever. So the lady that knew her told her next time she came in there, she was like, your son was with these people, they did this, and she gave him a beating. And I guess the son told the teacher, and then they had the people coming to our house like, interviewing us and all this crazy stuff. And it's like, but yet, she just doesn't do anything at all. He's going to just get wicked and wicked and wicked and wicked, you know what I'm saying? But the scripture is plainly telling you that you're supposed to, do this to basically guide your children. Let me read it again. It's Proverbs 23:13. It said, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell.
And shall deliver, and at the end of the day, that's what this is about, okay? Why are you delivering his soul from hell? Because you're humbling him, okay? When a child is beaten by the rod, he's being humbled, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
he's being humbled. That fear has to be instilled in him so that he'll understand, listen, no, I can't be acting this way. I can't be going on like this because somebody's liable to kill me then. Lick me down.
Do it like you used to. My son called them on. I said, look, y'all come get him.
Okay?
You know what I mean? If you feel like being mistreated like that, come get him.
Better yet, if you really want to get technical, this is, again, going back to the curses that were written in the book of Deuteronomy, dealing with our people. This is why we were put under the curses in the Apocrypha. The Lord said, I brought you into this position, roughly paraphrasing, not for the sake of, not to destroy you, because you drew the Lord to wrath. That's all that happened.
I know why we got to
This is why we got cursed, because we drew the Most High unto wrath. We pissed him off. We're married unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We were married to the Lord. The Lord said, I am joined unto you. Okay? Only you have I known of all the people of the earth. Therefore I shall punish you for your iniquity. This is why we're going through this. Okay?
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I do agree with most of the things that study, right? Because the Bible I know is talking about us. When I say us, the tribe of Judah. The only thing I got a question is, right, when the so-called Negro, right? I'm just saying, I don't believe, I know these other countries, when you mentioned about slavery and all about it. When you first you mentioned to the U.S., fake Jews, the synagogue of Satan, right? When you mentioned it, the first thing I want to bring up was what about the Holocaust? The Holocaust, I don't believe was even as many as they say died anyway. It's dropping the bucket to our 600 million people that perished and suffered, right? No one has suffered like we did. No one. No one. Now, I did see one of the things out there, where it says Indians were enslaved. I do see them captured, but to this day, no one worked harder than the tribe of Judah. Period, Judah. Not the rest of that. No one went through the hell that we went through. Yeah, they might have went through a little this, a little that, but no one has suffered mentally, physically than the tribe of Judah. I'm trying to figure out all those other tribes, right? I just don't believe that we can create them. We can only create, only the so-called Negro can only create another Negro. We can't create Mexicans. We can't create none of them other ones. So maybe they did go through a little something, but I just don't believe, and maybe help me out with that. I just don't believe that there are true brothers. I don't. The only people that look like my true brothers is you and you. All of Mexicans, they don't even, they're suffering. You know who you are through your suffering. That's my firm belief in. And they didn't suffer like us. I mean, maybe you can show me.
Take these sticks. The scripture where it talks about take these sticks and bind them together. You know what I'm talking about.
Right, now that will show that they suffer like us. You truly believe that Mexico, you believe Puerto Rico. I just don't. They ain't suffer like we did.
I mean,
To me, they my brother. Like if they need help or something, but you not my true. I don't think they the chosen.
Well, I'll put it
on them slave ships. We was on them slave ships, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I'll put it to you like this.
Was these tribes? You believe in your heart that it's through the suffering, right? I don't believe they was on that. I don't think so. We was Israel. We was there, right?
Did you find it on? About to break it down.
Because Mexicans, no, they don't fuck with us, bro. They don't. I can go in the hood anywhere and there's something going on. I can bond, I can resonate with my own people. I can't really, don't get me wrong, I got respect for them. But no, the tribe of Judah is where to me, all the prophets, when you black, you produce black. You ain't produce no Mexican, you ain't produce nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I got love for all folks, but the true sufferers were us. Period. Point blank, period.
Well, all the tribes suffered. There's no getting around that.
Right, but when I say tribes, but now all the tribes prophets were who? But the original prophets were called Negro, right?
Well, no, in truth.
Oh wait, now who prophets were another race?
In all truth, Mrs.
Or another nation. Tell me that.
No. Well, no. We'll put it to you. You got it already? Yeah, go ahead and bring it.
It's Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 19. It says, say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribe of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand.
See,
And
what you gotta realize is, right? Judah, the northern kingdom, Salakia, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, these
I
people were
believe they
being
were all
called.
black. I believe this was all Negroes. Straight up. These were Negroes.
Well,
Research I do,
Well, yeah, these
Mexicans are not directly
these-
descendants of us.
these.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, they're not
this-
related.
yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
think they. I
No,
don't know.
but no.
You recognize us by who the dominate? Let's go to this. Go by what we physically see. Who dominates sports? Who dominate nearly everything without financial, physical attributes?
Yeah, but-
Who is that? I need you to say. I need you to start you on the same page.
Hold. Wait, one second. Let me.
I just want to make sure before
Yeah, I understand.
before I make them my blood brother, I gotta be known for a fact. And I don't think they are. They ain't suffer like we did, bro.
That's not
They
even what determines that.
No, that determines who
The
you
thing is,
no,
right?
that determines who the curses are through your nation.
Sure, but now let's make something clear real quick. Every single tribe on this sign went through those same curses, all of them.
No.
Every last one.
They might. Let me tell you, I seen them get gripped up. I seen them bondage for a minute, right? I seen them. But who got beat the most? Who worked the hardest? Who suffered through the end? We did.
Okay, but to
Mexicans ain't
this,
suffer, man, like us.
but at the end of the day, they're still. Here's the thing you got to
Man,
remember.
they not a. I don't. Blacks
Here's the
can't
thing you
produce
gotta-
that. We can't produce them.
Nah.
We can't. That's it.
Every tribe had their patriarch. You see, these are the names of the patriarchs.
I believe the prophets
that
were
produced-
so-called Negroes.
But all of them came from Israel. That's the core thing you got to remember. They're
Mexicans
all
come from
Israelites.
Israel, man.
Yeah, every last one. The children of Issachar, he is hired. That's one of the sons of Jacob.
So I would need to see a foot. I would need to see a foot. Like I don't. You can't produce that. DNA can't produce them people, man. The curses, they ain't went through it. They quick to say Holocaust. They switch to say this. They ain't go through what we went through, man. 600 million of us, Negroes.
But now, okay, again, this is what we're trying to show you, right? What we're trying to show you is, right, the nation of Israel was split into two parts, okay? You had the northern kingdom, which came to the Americas during the Assyrian captivity. And then you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi that stayed behind.
And they
See
sound
what I'm
like
saying?
we still over there. Believe it or not, we still have so-called Negroes still in Israel. It's still there. We're still there. We just lost as a nation. We lost everything.
Well, we're
Bible say
scattered.
that.
We're scattered all over the earth.
We are. I believe that. We are.
We're scattered all
We
over the
are.
earth.
But I thought we as in
Right?
when they see that's a good thing you said that. When you say we scattered all over, we scattered all over the earth. You can't go all over the world and find all of us. No, we are.
Oh,
We are. We're everywhere. We're in Mexico. We in Argentina. They're not everywhere.
Damn too. Yeah, you even have this. You even have the dispersed out of the northern kingdom as well. In fact, you actually have records of so-called Puerto Ricans being in most Asian cultures, among Asian cultures.
One thing about them other races, nobody hates us because they know we're gonna bless them. They know, like I said, you kill by the sword, you die by the sword. They gonna pay for all that shit they did. They are. It's created, cursed us, stood back, said this is what's gonna happen. If you follow the commandments, it's gonna happen. If you disobey, I get that. I'm fully aware, but I do know that they don't bang with us, man. They don't bang with us. Let me say, can we go to Mexico with, all Israelites up like, yo, you my bro? They gonna be like, man, get the fuck out of here.
But that's according to the curses written. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Every last one are underneath these. That's all of us. Mexicans don't bang with other Mexicans. Let's put it that way. I mean, it may not be as
So in Israel, you saying in Israel, all of them
period.
tribes is in there?
Period. Every last one of them. Listen, here's what you gotta remember, right? Christopher Columbus.
I didn't see nobody say
You see what I'm saying?
I saw they were scattered, but I didn't see nobody they were in Israel with us.
They were in Israel with us, but once again, when the nation split into two, they left due to the Assyrian captivity. The other 10 tribes they rolled out, and we and Benjamin, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi they stayed behind. And for 1,000 years, right after a
That's why we
certain
still there. We gonna realize
after a certain
online, we still
dispensation of
there.
time, but then after a dispensation of time, we fled into the interiors of Africa, and that's where we spent. That's where we spent 1,000 years at. When you go back into the history,
They do say we're gonna lose our identity. We're gonna be sold.
That happened-
We're gonna buy. They say all that.
that happened during the Renaissance period. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
You
is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that man that is tender and delicate among you, Salaki, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother and toward the remnant of his children, Salaki, I'm sorry, and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
That's it.
The first part, when you said, what the first couple words?
It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his
Yeah,
eyes
white
shall
man.
be his eyes shall be evil towards
Evil.
his brother.
In fact, read up a little bit above that, if you can.
You talking about 50?
Yeah, where are you at right now?
You be right here, cuz you right here.
So that.
Ooh.
And
Top
thou
of Judah.
shalt eat the
We
fruit
about to
of
reap
thy
the blessings
years.
in a minute, bro. Curse about to be lifted.
No, continue like before. You was right where you were at. Yeah. Just keep going. Yeah.
It says, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he have nothing left him in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
Basically,
her eyes,
they were never meant to. Basically, what that's talking about is the women were never basically meant to be employees. Then, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Women,
Stand beside the man.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
They
Women-
take that the wrong way though. I said no, we different. We're different. We're set up different.
They're totally different. The
Set up
woman,
different.
the woman
Woman's a
was
nurturing
basically-
spirit. We're the warrior
You
spirit.
know what I mean? Yeah, the woman was basically supposed to be there for her husband to take care of whatever the case. She was
Right.
never meant to be no real servant.
Right.
Continue that, bro.
Right.
said, for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter, and towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates.
Now, I know you've heard of generational wealth. See what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Privileged people.
as a people,
Yeah.
all
We don't
the,
know that.
every single, but that's the thing. Every single tribe on here goes through the. Let's talk about Gad right
They
here,
ain't
the
go through,
North
we went
American
through, man.
Indians.
They had spits and
Right?
spatters. You go in and they ask anybody on there, they'll be like, well, it was a dude on there, right? Like out there, and he was saying, okay, why he was doing like a history thing. He was definitely what he was talking about. He said, well, listen, he asked the guy, why do you think they picked a certain tribe? Like when they were auctioning slaves off, they said, okay, when they asked what tribe do they come from, we only want this tribe. We don't even want them. We want this tribe because the guy said they work for harness. You know what I'm saying?
It's a divide and conquer thing.
Right, no, but I'm saying that they said no. They didn't say all tribes. They said it's one nation. When the slave master was going around collecting slaves, he was like, "Listen, I want all the motherfuckers from the tribe of Judah. I want all of them because we work harder, we built for the task, and we can endure it. We the pit bull of the dogs. These other motherfuckers, man, they didn't suffer, man. They did not, man. I know they did. They can talk all that shit. The moment you bring up what we went through, what about the Holocaust? Fuck the Holocaust. I mean, we ain't go through shit. Y'all stole our identity, stole everything. Give us our whole identity back. Nah, you know what I mean? But I don't get it wrong. I respect them, but I'm just saying, as far as blood goes, I don't believe it because I don't think that, we didn't suffer like us. They suffer a little bit, but we suffer hard, right? I mean, real hard. When I look at some of them photos, sometimes I break down in tears of frustration. Like, damn, we gotta get out of this. Like,
But now, okay, again, Judah is the head tribe,
Okay.
whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, came from the
oh, that's
tribe
your
of
Howard shot.
Judah.
It ain't now his name's not no Jesus. They lost their fucking mind.
You see what I'm
They
saying?
disrespectful. That's not his name.
The name, right, exactly. That's why I said whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they
He
said
came-
we'll be we'll be extinct. We'll be something because of a lack of knowledge. We'll be destroyed as a nation
Lack of knowledge,
for a lack
right.
of fucking knowledge, man. Fool, they don't know.
Yeah, he came from the tribe of Judah. That's
Right.
That's in Hebrews.
That's right.
Our Lord sprang out of Judah, right?
That's right. The Messiah.
Now again, you see what I'm saying? Judah is the head tribe.
Okay.
But all the other tribes, right?
So I'm glad you admitted that. I'm glad we on the same page.
We,
with that.
no, yeah,
Right, that's what
they
kind
are
of
the
get.
head-
All right, the head. That's
they
what
are
I
the
really
head
right.
tribe, but
Right.
all the other Israelites as well, right?
Right.
Okay, they're also part. They're also better yet, if you can go to the book of Revelations, right? So, 7, where it talks about the 12,000 out of each tribe. Bring that.
Did it show the suffering and everything they went through?
Not even that. We're going into the blessings that we're getting ready to get.
Oh, I know we about to get that. No, I know we getting that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
I already know we getting the blessing. I see
Now-
that. No, we get
now
that.
listen to who else is gonna get it. Get that.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 7,
Where
verse
you
4.
Where you
Right.
Revelation 7 and 4.
Okay.
It says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed in 144,000.
144,000
I know about that.
souls.
Yeah,
Continue.
it says of all the tribes of the children of Israel, of
Right.
the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
Right.
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
Reuben.
Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000.
North American
Of the
Indians.
tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000.
Brazilians to Guatemalan Uruguayans. Continue.
Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000.
Argentina to Chile.
Of the
Continue.
tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000.
There you go.
Of the tribe of
Cubans.
Simeon were sealed 12,000.
Continue.
Of the
Yeah.
tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000.
Yep.
Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000.
The so-called Mexicans.
Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000.
Hold up. And Joseph right there is talking about Ephraim, okay? Because when you go back to the account where Joseph was about to die, in Genesis, he gave his son's blessing. But the elder son, who was supposed to be Manasseh, right? Which the word means made to forget. Manasseh was supposed to get the blessing, but the blessing didn't go to Manasseh. According to the fact that he was the eldest, it went to Ephraim. So when it talked about Joseph, it's talking about the tribe of Ephraim. He is fruitful, a paria. You see what I'm saying? All of these other tribes, they're going to also share they're also going to share the same blessings as Judah, because we are indeed all brethren. Every last one of us are brethren. Our father was Jacob.
Right.
The 12 tribes of Israel came out of one man that was born of Shem, and that's Jacob.
Right.
See
Just
what
like
I'm
what see, all right, just like the theory when you say, well, you didn't say, but I'm saying using the camps, right? When they say Shemites are more of us, Hamites are the Africans,
Yes.
right? It's a difference. It's a clear difference.
Yes, come on.
Right.
Ham, yeah.
So when I think of them, they can't, they can only produce Hamites, and we can only produce Shemites. I'm just trying to figure out how in the world we make. Their blood, they do not. Their DNA is just. I don't see.
We're all
Only one that looks similar that's in this, they speak Spanish, is this one right here, Syrian. But that's still, to me, and that, all the rest, I'm like.
But no, I'm gonna tell you what but that's only because of the
Suffer like
simple
us.
fact. But that's only because of the simple
What's a
fact.
little
that-
something? They got some hating going. That's what they got. They got with the text. They got some hate. But for real, they our spirit ain't got. When it comes to the straight sword in battle, I'm not calling no Mexican up to come. Handle business. When the time comes, I'm not calling them to do nothing. I'm calling my own people.
But
The
that's
tribe of Judah.
But again, we're all the same. You have among the Gadites, the so-called North American Indians, you have a martial
You're not built
arts.
for the task, man. Niggas
You
gonna bring
have-
bow and arrows, man.
Come on, bro.
They gonna bring bow and arrows, damn.
No, bro.
You gotta
Trust them.
You have to look. First, you gotta look at the genetic factor. Who's genetic superior?
Genetically, we're all. That's what I'm trying to show you. Genetically, we're all the same people.
Watered down like
We're all the same people.
Kool-Aid without. They're not built for that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you when the shit hit the fan, is we all woke. We all know what time it is. When the shit hit the fan, I'm just hoping you're gonna have the tribe of Judah behind you, man. That's all I'm saying.
But that's the thing. All the tribes have a stake in this. It's not
They
just
mention
Judah.
cook a good meal, they fix a house, and do all that. Come down to the war. That sword, I don't trust you, man. Give me that sword, bro. I got this. I'm leading the way. You follow what I do.
But that's Judah.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? We are the top dog, and that kid is about to get them blessings.
Okay. But the blessings are going to trickle down to all the other tribes. We're all brethren underneath Yahweh Shai. Every last one of these tribes. Think about it for 5 seconds. You think Jacob, the patriarch of the greatest nation on the planet, bred weaklings? No, bro. That's a lie.
Look how they
All of
do it. Look
these-
how they do it, man. Just look how they are.
Yeah,
Stop,
that's because again,
Y'all
we're
from the
the
hood,
head.
right? Y'all from the way, right?
Absolutely, but now again, we're the head tribe. That's what we're trying to show you. Like, okay, we may have a little more acumen than they do,
It's not a
or
racist.
skill, or whatever the
This
case
ain't no
is.
racist. This is reality. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no
I'm
racist.
just listening.
Right.
That's-
I want you to think that they promoting hate like racism. Huh? Oh, it's a plum. It's a plum. I'll leave the plum.
But now, okay, about racism, he could be one of us. Not because he might have the skin and the white skin and the blue eyes. He could be one of us for all you know. You see what I'm saying?
How
That's
you gonna know
another
that's
thing.
the DNA? Right.
What's your father, by the way, sir? See, the Irish were known as the niggas of Europe.
No, they not regulated to us. They had us as slaves.
The
owned us,
Irish
man.
were known
They
as the
owned, but they had us as
Negroes
slaves.
of Europe.
They had us as slaves, bro. Trust me. Irish
The
had us as
Irish-
slaves. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying.
You had
They had us
I
in
understand
captivity.
what you're saying, but what I'm saying.
So
to
you
is,
ain't
right,
my brother. I mean, on that level, you know, you're a human being. I respect you.
But you had
But
a lot. But you
you
had
had
a
us
lot of.
enslaved.
But you had a lot of Judah. This is what I'm trying to show you. You had a lot of Judah dispersed among them people. You know where the word Europe comes from? The word Europe comes from the Queen of Europa. Okay. Who was a so-called what's the other? It's Japhet. She was a Japhite queen. Okay. That's where Europe comes from. Europa.
Right.
The Queen of Europa. That's where that name comes from. And among the Europeans, you had two main so-called blacks. You had two main so-called blacks. Well, really, truly, blacks ruled all of Europe. If you really want to get technical, for 1,000 years, blacks
And
ruled
you're
Europe.
before the curse.
You have all these different, like there's a book called Nature Knows No Color Line. You should read that book. It's seals of black people written all over history about how black people was in Europe. This man right here could be a descendant of one of my brothers, for all I know, because you had a lot of Benjamites mixed in among a lot of those Irishmen. A lot of Irishmen. A lot of your Irishmen, they were legitimately known for having traits of so-called black people. Go ahead and bring it.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Now, question for you. A lot of in Japan, in feudal Japan especially, right? A lot of your samurai were they of Japanese descent?
Samurais?
Yeah. Among Ammon, the so-called Japanese. According to history, they said in order for you to be a samurai,
Right.
you actually had to be black. You had to be a so-called black man to be a samurai. When you look up the history, a lot of them samurai, they had woolly hair like this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They had woolly hair just like
they
this,
did.
and then all the samurai was the personal bodyguard of the Shogun. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So no, it's not a thing of appearance. It's not a thing of race, because really and truly, your race goes back to your father. Bruce Lee is a perfect example of that. Come to find out, his lineage, people thought he was Chinese for a long time.
I thought he was majority. He was mixed. I mean, he was majority.
That's what people say. He mixed, but
Majority.
in truth, he comes from the same slave trade. His lineage goes back to the transatlantic slave trade. He's a so-called black man. You see what I'm saying? According to his lineage, where you're
I think it was 70. I thought it was more majority 80.
that's what because of that of his appearance. But like the brother, you have the actually you got that guy in brother. You got
It's Hosea chapter 9, verse 17.
Fine.
It said, my God will cast them away because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wonders
Yep.
among the nations.
wanderers among the nations. You had the thing they call the confusion of faces.
Yeah, I mean, when you mix nations, that comes from when you mix nations. That's what happened.
But there was no law against mixing nations. You want to know where it became? You want
No,
to
that's the
know
law.
where?
It's say in the Bible. No, it say don't mix
Nah.
nations.
Listen. Okay, here's what I'm trying to show you.
Talking about marriage.
Marriage.
Yeah, marriage.
Marriage.
Yeah, don't,
The
yeah.
reasons why you weren't supposed to marry was because the Lord didn't want the men to be going off to the other gods, the gods of the wives. Then King Solomon did that. He started building temples for the gods of his wives, because his wives were heathens. They were so-called Japanese. They were so-called Chinese. They were
Well,
so-called.
his curse didn't come. But his curse didn't come until
He became Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation.
Solomon.
King Solomon, yes.
I don't know about that.
That's yeah. King Solomon, he came back as Yahweh Shai. He came back
Comes
into
together.
the world called Jesus. You want to know how we know that? What is one of the titles that Yahweh Shai was given? The Prince of Peace. What was King Solomon known as? The Prince of Peace.
Yeah, but King Solomon got cursed when he stopped. When he became worldly.
Right.
He got worldly.
When he was
The creator,
worshiping.
the Messiah was perfect on all levels.
Yeah, and that
From the
right.
Immaculate Conception.
And nah. Wait, hold on. What
I
do
got
you
two
mean
there.
immaculate?
Immaculate meaning no physical contact. It was a spirit. It was the Most
Incorrect.
High.
That's
All right,
incorrect.
read that. I'm gonna read that.
That's totally incorrect.
No, read.
Then how can think about that? If there was no physical man to impregnate Mary, how could he have come from the tribe of Judah? Didn't we just get done saying?
Go to the Bible
Didn't we just
and
get
pull
done
up the
saying?
conception part, and I'm gonna show you. It was immaculate conception. The spirit came there. It was not a physical. He didn't have a dad on the earth.
Yes, he did. He had a physical father. His physical father's name was Joseph.
That's a lie.
Yes.
That's a lie. That's a lie, bro.
That's his
I'm gonna break it
physical
down. I'm
dad.
here. Listen, we school each other. I understand you got the camera. I'm here.
Man,
Listen,
we're not schooling each other.
All right.
I'm trying to school you,
all right,
bro.
let's pull it out of there. Pull it up out that Bible right now.
We're schooling you.
Right. Show me, and I'm gonna tell you what immaculate conception is. I'm gonna show you that he was not
Oh,
born
wait,
out of
what is
physical.
what is the word immaculate mean?
The immaculate was spirit, meaning like it was a holy thing. It was not a physical
You got
thing.
the scripture, bro?
He didn't have a physical. He had a physical mom, but not a physical dad.
Yeah, Solomon. Jesus said he was greater than Solomon.
Oh, yeah, he was Solomon. All the while, Solomon was he was a good dude for a while until he slipped up and crazy said, "Oh, you starting to do some worldly shit. I'm gonna take this from you." Disobeyed him. He cursed him.
Jesus said,
But he did not come back as Messiah. No way in the world. No.
Jesus said not only
No,
did he
Messiah
say
was
I-
perfect from beginning to the end.
exactly. Not only did
He
he
got
say he was
tempted
greater
by the
than
devil and
Solomon,
everything. No.
he also said before Abraham was, I am.
That's
So
right.
Jesus
I
is
am.
the Lord.
I'm Yahushua. I'm direct
What that
from
means
the
is
from the
what
Most
that
High.
means is he was the first spirit created. That's all that means. When
No, he was not
Yahushua,
created.
whom the world ignorantly called
Colossians,
Jesus Christ, was Adam.
No, but that's not right.
You see that? He
No.
was Adam.
But let's go before
And
we go
then
topic.
after Adam,
Let's go to the conception.
had-
That's a word for word, and I'm gonna show you how
What
there's
scripture
no
did you have?
physical penetration
Bring
with that.
it Isaiah then.
This is Isaiah 7:14. It said, "Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel."
Now look at that word virgin, because it's not talking about a woman that has not had sex. That's a lie.
Wait,
is a
but
lie.
that's not the right one because the
That's
one
saying lie.
that's not saying how he was
That's
conceived.
a lie.
Where's the other one? How he was conceived? Show me.
That's a lie.
No, show the one where how he was conceived. A spirit came to her. Remember? Now let's go to spirit now.
A spirit
Hold on,
can't-
let me finish.
A spirit cannot interact with the flesh without
Let
destroying
me finish
the
this
flesh.
sentence so I can show what I'm saying. When she got conceived, when she was pregnant, right? The husband, boy, whoever he was, I forgot his name. He said, "I wanted to do with her. I didn't have sex with her. How was she pregnant?" A spirit came to her and told her, "Listen, this is from the Most High. This is a righteous thing that just happened. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? It's all good." It's in there. It's in the Bible. It's in there. Pull it up. The spirit came to her and told her.
No, you have the
She did not have sex, man. She did not.
You have the wrong interpretation.
No,
That's
I
not
don't have the
interpretation.
right. She did not have
The
sex.
sixth grade agreed that.
He was not created. The creator, Messiah was perfect on all levels. He wasn't born out of
We're
regular
not, we're not disputing that. What we're trying to explain to you is
So
right,
what are you saying?
the Messiah did have a physical father on
So
the
they don't
earth.
have a physical father, he had a
He
physical
did.
sex.
Yes.
And he did not have, that's a lie. He did not,
He
they
did.
did not.
Or else, how could he have come from
No.
the tribe of Judah?
Because
Because you're
See that?
misunderstanding what I'm trying
He
to
could
tell you.
not
Those
have
are
come from the
tribes.
tribe of Judah. If a man from the tribe of Judah did not
The Messiah was
impregnate
not
Mary,
created through
it's
sex.
not possible, bro.
He was not created
Bring
through
the
sex.
scripture.
It's possible, anything's possible with Most High. It's not Yahweh.
But what you're doing right there, that would make the Most High a liar.
No,
that's what you're
Wow!
doing.
We're talking about a perfect being.
All right,
Perfect.
let me ask you something.
In his generation.
Genesis.
No,
That's
he's
what
the
I'm
only one
trying to
ever.
explain to you.
He was not.
What does the
conceived
word
in sex.
generation mean?
Can I ask you something? Genesis 3:15.
I want to know where the part about the conception, like show you that was an immaculate conception. There
what
was
is
no
Genesis 3:15?
There
physical.
wasn't anything immaculate about it because she had to go through the actual cleanliness.
Well, she
after
gave
the
birth,
wedding.
but she did
I mean,
not have
after
sex with him to have a
She
baby.
had to have. That's what you're not getting.
No.
It's not
So
possible.
you saying the Most
All right,
High can't
whose seed was that? Genesis
can't
3:15.
do that?
it would make it would go against what he ordained. That's what you gotta understand. The scriptures tell you that the Lord is not a man that would lie. Okay?
And what did the Lord say? Genesis 3:15. What did he say?
Don't call him Lord. The Lord is
Ask him what
Lord.
Genesis 3:15 says.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see it. Because I know he didn't have.
scripture
She didn't have sex. That's why he was like, I don't want to do with her. What is she pregnant? I didn't have sex with her.
Yes,
They said,
what I was
hold
looking at, really.
hold on.
No,
It was through an immaculate conception. The Spirit, the Most High said, "Look, I got you."
Check this. Fine, I'll read it. Genesis 3:15. And the Lord is cursing the serpent. He says, "I will put enmity between thee and the woman, between thy seed and her seed."
Yeah, I know what he's talking
Right.
about.
Where else in the Bible does it talk
I
about
know
a
what he's
woman's
talking
seed?
about.
Right.
See,
Nowhere.
I don't see where he got pregnant. I don't
You
see-
don't have the proper
The,
understanding of that
the
scripture.
virginal conception.
Yes.
No, you don't
The
have
virginal
the proper,
conception
you
was
don't have
spoken
the
of from
proper-
the
no, First of
beginning.
all, the serpent was a man. You don't have the proper understanding of that scripture, bro.
But I don't. She
really
was not.
don't.
She didn't have
You know,
sex though.
you know what I do for a living?
It
I'm an
doesn't-
administrator at a Bible college. right?
Okay,
I have the
so what does that mean?
that. I mean,
Yo, he knows the Bible.
No,
and
you
even
don't.
before before I got the degree.
But I was Immaculate Conception. I'm pretty sure. So the angels never came to her?
Christ, and he gives me his Holy Spirit to
All the
understand the
angels.
scriptures.
Yeah.
Now tell
You don't believe the
about
angels came to her?
Galatians says, if any man preaches the gospel other than what I preach to you, let him be eternally condemned.
Right.
You're teaching.
That's what you're teaching. You're
lies.
teaching outside
You're
of the
teaching
scriptures.
lies.
How
You're teaching
how
you're
can
blaspheming
how
the name
can our
of the
power-
Lord
how
Jesus
can our
Christ,
Savior-
Immaculate
and you
mean
will
that.
have to answer to him.
Immaculate should mean that, right?
He continues to call him outside of his name. But he
Yeah.
knows
Well, you say Lord, and I correct you. We don't call him Lord
You
either.
want to
Yeah,
call
we
him
do
Jesus,
call him Lord.
Jesus,
because he is
Yeshua,
our Lord.
if you
With the
wanna call him
Messiah,
Christos,
Elohim,
if you wanna call
Yahweh,
him
Yahushua. We don't say
Mashiach,
Lord. No.
It does, you know,
We
you
don't
can
say
call him
Lord
whatever
either.
language you want. He's still,
Oh, wow.
he's still
Well, we
we
he's
do
still
call him Lord.
the
We do
Messiah.
call him Lord.
Oh, okay.
Because the word Lord.
I just stay
simply
stick to
means
Yahweh and
be a power.
Yahushua.
That's what he was. He's a power. And he's coming back as a power.
Yes, he is. Yeah. You got that right.
Okay, so
We got time for one more subject. I mean, I want to kind of like get y'all to. We're trying to come to common ground on that, but I mean, I just don't believe he was conceived through sex. I don't. But and the part about the whole Esau thing, right? Jacob I love, Esau hated, right? How can I put this? I want to use the right word. But the dude's clearly stating there. The way it's worded, it kind of say, okay, Esau could be. If it's not understood right, it could come off as Esau being the white man, and I don't think that's the case. You listen?
Yeah, you might as well forget about it, bro.
Well, I'm only here to talk, right? We're here to talk.
If you didn't perceive it, that means it wasn't given. You know
What I'm saying, I'm here to. Maybe you can understand. I'm just saying, I don't think, from my understanding, from what I got, I don't believe he is, only because, for one, I understand there was two nations in there, but he came out red, right?
Okay.
How many people we know that are considered red? That's black like us is red.
Matthew 13 and 55, right quick. Matthew chapter 13
What's
and
this one?
55.
Was this the for the Esau or for the Immaculate Conception?
Well, we're not even talking about Esau because we haven't even moved to that.
All right. Well, I'm saying I'm trying to, you know.
I'm just gonna shut it. Yeah, it's Matthew 13 and 55.
We just trying to get understand. Help me out. Like, I want to make sure I've got the right knowledge.
But now, Matthew chapter 13 verse 55. Yeah, you can read up a little bit if you need to.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 51. It said, I'll just read it verbatim. It says, Jesus said unto them, have ye understood all these things? They say unto him, yea, Lord. Then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasures things new and old. And it came to pass that when Jesus had finished these parables, he departed thence. And when he was come unto his own country, he taught them in their synagogues, inasmuch that they were astonished, and said, whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son?
Is not this the carpenter's son? Continue.
Is not his mother called Mary, and his brother and James and Joses and Simon and Judas, and his sisters, are they not all with us?
So not only did they name his father the carpenter's son, was the carpenter's Joseph. Not only did they say it's not his father with us, right? But his brethren, his actual blood brothers, and his sisters, showing you that he had siblings as well.
Yeah, she might have had, but with him, I just didn't believe that was conceived through sex. His brothers and sisters may have been.
What
not
is
the
marriage?
Most
What is marriage? Can you tell me what
It's a
marriage
courtship between two people.
is? Wrong. That's not what marriage is.
Okay.
Not according to the scriptures.
Okay, break it down.
Marriage is sex according to the scriptures. Okay.
All right.
Courtship. That's all in that. That falls in that.
Courtship is something Esau made up. That has nothing to do with actual
Matthew
marriage.
1:25,
Oh, wow. That's
and he knew
definitely-
her not till she had brought forth her firstborn son. And he called her Eve.
Oh, wait. Read that again. Say that one more time.
He knew her not
What does it mean to know?
to have sex with. He did not know
Yeah, it
her
doesn't mean that. Yeah,
until she had brought forth her firstborn son,
right.
Jesus.
That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean, see what I'm talking about? All right, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Bro, you were not given the understanding. Simple as that.
All right,
Who,
so
by
we move,
Satan?
so we if we
Because-
move on,
because
when you said that when you mentioned
Straight
Esau,
to the
you said that's an Esau thing. What does that mean? Like, it's an Esau thing. What is that?
Hey, man. If the
We
plan
building
says-
here.
if the
Hold
plan
on,
says
we're
the
not being
Lord be
disrespectful,
used,
man.
seek no
We
other
building
sense.
here.
No.
We building. I want to know. Help me out. What's your take on Esau?
There's no building going on right now. What's going on is, right?
I'm listening.
You've been told the truth, and you are astonished at the truth and will not accept the truth. And so, therefore, what we're doing is we're basically, you know what I'm saying? What does the scripture say we're supposed to do? We're supposed to basically kick off the dust and move on.
Right, we off that. I was asking about Esau. You mentioned
Explain
Esau.
this to me then.
There's nothing to be explained to
No,
you. You're
no,
not going to get it.
I'm not going to get
You're
it.
not gonna get it.
Humor me, please.
You ain't getting it.
Humor me. If you have the spirit,
You know
if you have the
what I'm
spirit
Right.
of the living
We trying
God
to
in
learn.
you,
I was want to know who
and you have the
Esau. You
spirit of
say
humility and the teaching spirit, then teach me.
because I hear like 1 minute about the Esau thing is supposed to be. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I don't.
What does this mean to
We're
you?
just gonna close it on. We're gonna close it.
Right.
on,
Exactly. I just
that
think it was
make
immaculate
sense?
conception. That's what I think.
I'm not mistaken.
That's what I thought.
The rest
And-
were blinded.
And I'll tell you what. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like butt into your conversation,
No,
but I think it's really disrespectful if I'm trying to bring up a point, you just shake your head and say, "Oh, he doesn't get it,"
Right.
and don't
Yeah.
even ignore me when I show you the scriptures. I
Right.
showed you a couple of scriptures, you just ignore them.
Yeah.
Genesis, Matthew.
Only-
I almost showed you one in Samuel,
And don't
but you told
understand any of them. That's the part. That's the whole point.
Okay,
Don't
all right,
understand any of them.
okay.
You had all this study, and you still getting the breakdown.
Even before I had the study, the Lord saved me. The Lord called me. the Holy Spirit.
How are you saved? That's the question.
How was I saved?
How are you saved?
Jesus spoke to me, and
Jesus spoke to you.
yeah, He was
Spirit.
Word.
The
It
word.
was Word.
You can get the Holy
in the
Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, you can get the Holy Spirit.
So basically, you're saying you're saved then, right?
I'm saved
Okay, you're saved.
by the blood of the Lamb and the word of His testimony.
Okay.
Word of my testimony.
Or if
Okay,
you
you're saved.
repent and you keep them sins to a minimum, it's a possibility.
And I'll tell you what:
You're saved.
if you believe that Jesus isn't
I'm
the
gonna leave-
Lord,
I'm gonna
the
leave
Lord
it at
God,
that.
He said, "I and my
I'm
Father are one."
I'm gonna leave it at you said you're saved. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, kind of slack. So Matthew chapter 13, so like in Mark chapter 13, verse 13. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
And only the elect are gonna endure. That's it. The Lord chose. The
That's
Lord
true.
has an
No, that's true
elect.
statement.
Yeah.
No, that's
Okay,
true.
that's it.
But
Not
that's true.
everybody's gonna be bought in.
That's right. That's
All right?
absolutely.
We read the scripture in Zechariah where it says 2 parts are going to be cut off and die, and the 1 are going to remain. Okay?
It's true. Yeah, that's
Two-thirds are not going to get this no matter what you say to them or what you do. All right?
That
And
is
so with
true.
that,
Some people's not.
We're going to
How do you know which one you are?
All right? Actually, let's see. I had enough scripture.
I wouldn't know who Esau was.
Bring
I
us
would.
in. He was here for
Yeah, I wanted to know the Esau thing.
Yeah,
you know,
we parked.
because
we
I'm
came
hearing the
back, we
hatred
came
from that.
back.
And I'm like, well, why is Esau the white man? I want to know why is he the white man. I thought Esau was this. You
So
know,
Daniel 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. None of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall
And
understand.
only the wise will understand. That's it.
well, you
The
get
Lord-
wise. You
the
get
Lord
wise by
resists
someone
those-
explaining to him, though. That's how you get wise
The
by
Lord-
someone
the Lord
explaining
resists-
to him.
Whom does the Lord resist? And whom does He give grace to? I asked you to explain
meek and the
something very
humble, that's
simple to
right.
me. I asked
Right.
you to explain something to me and when I explain it.
I just want to know who
I don't
Esau
know
is.
how.
I want Esau. I know exactly who Esau is, but I want to see how they know.
We
Not to me.
explained it as simply as we can explain
No.
it. Then you came up to us talking about what you know, what you do for a living. There was no humility in that.
Okay,
You're
fine.
a Bible scholar,
Fine.
right? So
Fine.
why are you looking to us for any answers?
No, because you said I didn't understand it. So
No,
as a
but that's
scholar,
the thing.
I look to be corrected if I'm wrong. So
but that's
please
the
tell
thing.
me.
A scholar, but that's the thing you have to understand about your position in this thing, right? If you're a scholar, right, you need not to be taught.
You
need
always,
not to be
you
taught.
always learn. How you talking about, man?
Because
You always learn.
because
You're a
at the end
student of
the day-
life.
No, that's the spirit you came in.
But
you came in the
regardless-
spirit of
but-
pride.
But regardless.
Oh, no, you don't want to- no, you don't move in pride, no.
Why did I bring that up
No,
in
you
the
don't
first
move in pride.
place? Why did I bring that up?
We all
Because
students,
you
man.
assumed I had no
You
idea what I
learn
was
to the day
talking
you
about.
die. You learn every day you learn something.
I never tell people off the cuff what I
So
do.
those are all right. All right. Well, with that, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachal Kadash, double honor. honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who do indeed rule well. All right. And peace and salutations to all you Akim out there pushing the truth in sincerity and in charity. For as it is written, charity covereth the multitude of sins. All right. And with that, we say shalom.
Maybe next week we'll talk about Esau.